most dudes don't truly care about your past unless it's affecting this right here.
Right now. Welcome to another episode of Something for the People. This is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people? How y'all doing?
You couldn't let the process be the process. And that's the frustrating part about it, is that's when that broken person goes to another person
And
creates another broken person.
Welcome to another episode of Something for the People. This is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people?
What it do? All right. So, question: would you rather have a high-profile job and make $0, or clean the sewers for $100,000 a year?
Well, you already know which one I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna clean that sewer for $100,000 a year.
I don't know anybody.
No, because it was a survey that they did on people in Las Vegas, and they walked up and asked, I think it was 100 men and 100 women, and they asked them, and it's funny because all the women said they'd rather have a high-profile job that paid $0 versus cleaning the sewer for $100,000. And in my mind, I was like, that's stupid. This is like,
I feel like that goes back to the reason why, we always say women don't necessarily want to do those difficult jobs. It's not a lot of women who want to go climb on skyscrapers. But at the same time, a lot of women be nurses, fam. And when you get to the elderly unit,
okay, cleaning up someone versus you have to be in it all day. Like, one of the things I realized, there's a lot of ladies, not saying all, because there's someone that get out there and get dirty.
Right.
But for the most part, they already want it built. And what I mean by that is, nowadays in 2023, because it's a new year, y'all, but in 2023, you'll hear a lot of ladies say, hey, we don't need a lot of men for these things. But you know why? Because it's already built. You would never want to start over from scratch and say, okay, ladies, let's show them how it's done.
True. I mean, granted, we do live in a society of high privilege. Like, like you said, once it's already built, it's already built.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody built a V8 engine and we driving a car, I don't need to go back and try to reinvent the wheel. You did this already, man.
But that's the idea, and if you look at the way times are set up now, it's like I don't know one dude that would say, I can't do 100,000. Oh yeah, I gonna get out there getting it.
I'll clean that. Only thing 100K. Only thing I wouldn't want to do is something that I absolutely know. You do this, you will die. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause time.
Well, see, even over times, because you know how many people were dying on them skyscrapers and stuff like that? Way back in the day?
But I always
like
throw into
grandfathers, fathers, all
I
them
see
doing
that
it.
one is, if I'm out here on the skyscraper and I'm not being as careful as although I do understand.
They had rope back then. It wasn't like they had, all the safety equipment they have nowadays. They had rope.
Well, then I would, first of all, me being me, I know I'm going to try to build me a harness or something. Be like, I need this rope wrapped. I need 2 ropes, 3 ropes. I need a few ropes, y'all, so I can get out here. But I'm not going to turn down that skyscraper job. If you tell me, oh, you got to go and, physically hold radioactive material with your bare hands every day, I'm be like, no, I don't want to.
But there's a difference between being just stupid and, hey, I'm doing this for my family. I'm not about to go kill myself for my family.
Another question. Did they ever ask the women, like, when did high-profile job not mean money?
I don't know. I
always
heard
thought,
of
like,
it.
You got to be getting paid if you're going to call it high-profile. Lawyers get paid. It's a high-profile job. Doctors, you get paid. It's a high-profile job.
True.
So, athletes, high-profile job. But I associated the high part of it is high paying. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's true. But I guess the reason they were asking that was because they were seeing what would you actually rather do. And it was so many women that were like, oh, the high-profile job. Oh, well, I used the high-profile job to do something else to get to where I want to go. And I'm like, why wouldn't you use the $100,000 a year to get to where you want to go versus making no money and moving to that? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm like, $100,000 a year, if I live off $50,000, let's say I live off $50,000, that's $50,000 in the bank I can invest.
Right.
In 2 years, that's $100,000.
First of all, I would be like, I can clean the sewer for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And then I don't have to keep going back to the sewer. I done found me another revenue source. I done did something totally different. Like, I done switched up. Maybe I'm playing the stocks now. Maybe I got my own business. Maybe I don't.
But that's the thing is, but one of the things I've learned in life, you have to have currency, cash, dinero to get where you need to go. It's like you can't do that without it. So if I'm over here trying to get to a certain place, it's like, hey, that extra $50,000 a year, because being honest, they say America, the average person in America makes around in the 40s. Like around in the 40s if you're the average American person.
Right.
Now, if you're making $50,000 more at least than the average American, you're doing well. Then you could use that money to start your business wherever you want to, be an entrepreneur, have a good idea. You can even invest it.
You know, I just thought about it. If basically they ask you, would you want to be a slave if you was the house slave? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we start paying the people to pick the cotton, would you want that job, or we don't feed you or pay you at all, and you just get to sit? You get to still sit in the house. You still got to work, but you'll be in the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what they sound like. Because I want the image of having something as opposed to actually having something.
But I think about it also like this too, from your standpoint. Would it be weird to assume that the reason a lot of ladies can say, oh, I'll take the high-paying job, I mean, not the high-paying job, the high-profile job with $0, because somebody will always take care of them? But as a man, you know for a fact.
You got to get it off the
bus. If I don't get it, I'm broke.
Got it.
Ain't nobody else going to give it to me.
Give me nothing. Yeah, when you say it like that, Like, I was just thinking about it's high privilege. The only reason you would make that statement is if you lived a very privileged life.
Exactly, because I don't know one man out here, unless you were already making $100,000, that would be like, ugh, no, I'm not going to do that. Most of the dudes going to be like, man, point me to it.
What a sewer. I'm out here, I'm a Ninja Turtle. I'm out here with the rats. Don't call Master Splinter for me. I'm out here. Should state monitoring and restrictions be put on child support to verify that it's being spent on the child? I say yes.
I'll say yes too, without a shadow of a doubt. I am a strong believer in that because I believe as a man it's your responsibility to take care of your children. But my responsibility is not to take care of my children's mother. It doesn't matter if we share a child. It's the fact that my responsibilities are to my child, not their mother.
But you know how they're going to throw it in there like, well, I'm taking care of me, which is taking care of the child because I take care of the child.
But at the end of the day, you still have to have your own lodgings. You have to be able to have food and all those other things. So I would understand a man, like, there's always a dude out here that's going to try to weasel out of his responsibilities. Yeah. I'm not going to take that away. It's like there's always those kind of dudes. But if a dude is actually, hey, I want to take care of my child. I'm not taking care of you. Like, I don't, like, when you hear those high-profile things where they're like, oh, like Kim Kardashian got, what was it, 200,000?
Yeah.
Like, I know Kim Kardashian doesn't need it, but I know there's also people out here that get that money and that's all they're living. Brittany Renner, when is she getting 300,000? How you get 300,000?
I just be like, man, look,
like,
I don't know.
Like, with a child, a newborn dude with 300,000.
I just feel like you can't use the quality of life claim for the baby anyway, because the baby ain't been here. It don't have Similac. I'm currently purchasing it.
First of all, I can go get some Similac made of gold cheaper than that.
Yeah, I just feel like, so when that judge made that decision, he was looking at, well, no, it's her lifestyle. She needs to maintain her lifestyle. It wasn't the baby.
And also, if you need that much money, baby, you should be getting alimony, not child support. Because that much money is not for your child. Yeah, your child ain't out here making it rain on nobody.
They need to label that correctly so that you as the husband know, I'm not paying for my child. Child support, I'd be like, nah, just make that, the $500-600 a month depending on what you make. But when you do the alimony, guy and say, now you paying your $200,000 alimony. And I'd be like, well, at least you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I could deal with it because I'd still be upset. But at the end of the day, I at least know the judge wasn't trying to hit me with the smoke and mirrors. He telling the truth, like, hey, you paying up, fam.
And before anyone tries to say what that everybody pays, oh, all this is for the child, I don't need it. What this card was supposed to be for is, hey, this card would monitor child support. You put the money on the card, and then it would show what itemized receipt of everything that's being paid for. It would show, and it would not let you pay for anything that has to deal with adults. If we're talking about food,
a Gucci purse,
you can't get none of that stuff. Nails, it has to be child items.
You know what I'm saying? Pedicure, they can't be on this.
No hair stuff. No. Hair stuff, Oh, rent. Like,
well, rent is hard.
I don't know. That's kind of hard for me because I'm like, okay. Right now, my townhome costs about $1,800. Okay, so whether my kids are here or they're not here, this is a 2-bedroom.
Right.
If I got 1 bedroom, yes, but 1 bedroom now in DFW gonna cost you, and you don't want to live in the hood, gonna cost you at least $1,100.
Without question.
So my thing is, the extra money that I have to spend on the apartment, I could see you saying, okay, if mine is $1,800, I have a 2-bedroom townhome. Okay, let's split $1,100. You got paid. The rest of that, we got split between the mother and father. That would be fair because that $1,100 come from you.
Yeah, regardless of whether I'm with you or not, you're gonna have to pay that.
Yes.
Okay, I can see that.
And then, like that other $700, hey, we're gonna split that at $700 because you still have to pay for your child just because
you have a child.
You have a child. Just like I would if the child's in my custody, and I know there's gonna be someone. There are a lot of fathers out here that want to keep their child.
I would say most.
I would too. No, well, I'm going to be honest. I don't know for a fact, so I would say 50-50 on that. Because I don't know for a fact. There's a lot of dudes out here that'll say, yeah, I definitely do it. Then when they get the opportunity, huh?
No. I look at it this way. If we take into account, because a man, he's kept his. If you keep your whole family together, I'm certain you will keep your kids. It's a moral thing. It's like
yeah, but you also got to remember, we 2 married men. So, of course, we would say that because it's like, yes, I've invested. I built and I love my children.
Right.
Now, for the average dude out there, because most people now are not waiting till marriage to have kids.
True, I agree with that.
So they're like, oh, accident. Some dudes are like, well, maybe you should get that abortion, but now you can't get the abortion like that. So it's like responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I try to be fair on certain things. Don't get me wrong, I'm a jerk on a lot of things. But it's like, I don't want to say that, all guys will do it, because we know that's a lie.
I got a question. All right. You meet a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You knock her down.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought a condom.
Okay.
So you had your contraceptive method, right?
Mm-hmm.
The girl that you hit, she ain't got no type of contraceptive method at all. Period. No duvas, no none of that. No nothing.
Okay.
And then
So she looking a little reckless.
she living reckless. Kid comes. Well,
Okay.
She gets pregnant. But you like, well, I had the condom popped. It's not like I wasn't trying to.
See, the reason I'll say it like this is because at first I was so against the whole Roe versus Wade being overturned, because I was like, well, it is somebody's right. But then I thought about it. I'm like, no, we just leveled the playing field. Don't nobody got the right. So we all going to take care of this child.
I'm going to take care of the kid.
And I believe that to be fair. I know that's against a lot of people's popular belief. Oh, well, it should be okay for... I'm like, don't get me wrong. There are certain circumstances that come out that is like, yeah, I could understand.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case. That's not even half the cases out there, because people try to... What is that? The red herring is like, they try to lead you off with that one thing, and it's like, it's a few people. Like, what about rape, incest, all that kind of stuff? Like, that don't happen all the time. We're not gonna act like that's the majority.
When you take into account that the women who went and got abortions most of the time, they would be repeaters. They come, I got one.
They're repeat offenders.
So at that point, you're using it as your contraceptive method.
Yes.
And I'm just like, ugh. Based on the belief systems and all that, what you believe, what we believe, it's just kind of too sticky a wick for us to be like, okay, I'm going to keep sending you over there. You keep murdering these babies. I don't want to say murdering babies, because people going to think that I think people who've had abortions are murdering children. I don't believe so. What I do think, though, is there was a better way that you could have moved before you even encountered that situation, but you didn't take it, to where your moral compass would not even be in question.
Yeah.
A simple visit to a doctor to get you your little pack for the month with your estrogen / sugar pills, you would have been just fine. But you chose not to. And then guys, I ain't letting nobody off the hook on this one. You walk up on that lady, I know she fine, but at the same time, get you a condom, fam. If you don't want to be tied down to her for 18, just protect and prepare yourself. Preventative maintenance is the only maintenance.
And I 100% agree with you. Because if you protected yourself, you know what? Even the plan B, $69.95 probably. I don't know if inflation may go up a little more, because, we live in those times. But I'd rather pay $69.95 than, they say it costs about $200,000 now. To take care of a child?
I would say...
And that's an average child. That's not
average. That's not... Of course, that's not Kanye's child, because that's $200,000.
Yeah.
A month.
That's a month.
That's a month. But for the regular, everyday person, I'd be like, I don't even want to equate it to how much money I got to spend. It's the amount of time I got to spend with somebody I don't want to be with. Like, I don't want to be here with you, but I have to, because I got a child with you. And I can't dictate and I can't control how you operate. I can't tell you how you move. So you want to yell at me today, okay, I got to let you yell at me. Even though I have no ties outside of the kid, but because I want to be in my child's life, I got to sit here and take this onslaught because I'm trying to be what's quote-unquote a good parent.
Oh, that's very true. There's a lot of I know for a fact there's a lot of men out here that do want to step up and be a good father. I just don't want to be your dude. It's like, and when you try to tell people that, I've heard it for a fact. This is a package deal. No, it's not.
I can remove you from, like, literally. I hope and pray that every adult is an actual adult, and we can be cordial about this. Hey, you know I'm coming on Wednesday and Thursday. They'll be back by Saturday. Like, I don't need no stress. I don't need no strife. Just had a kid. If you don't want to pack no clothes, that's fine. I got money. I'll buy some. If you don't want, whatever you don't want to do, just let me know before I get there. Okay? And then I'm going to take the kid. Don't give me no flag about it. I'm going to bring the kid back. You can do your little overall check, make sure they're okay. Move on. Keep it smooth.
You know what's one of the biggest contraceptives out there, but we don't give it enough credit? Social media. Because when you go and you see all these people going through it, it's like I saw this one where this woman was so upset that a male took his children to go get their hair cut. And she was like, oh, so you got their hair cut? Who'd you get their hair cut by? Why'd you get their hair cut? Why didn't you speak to their mama to get their hair cut? And
it's not real.
The whole time, I'm looking at it, I'm like...
Bro, the rebuttal to that is, for me is, so a man walk up on my children who don't have their hair cut, and you want me to neglect that like you've been doing, because the hair's not cut.
Yeah.
You've been doing. Only thing you need to look at is the haircut quality, because if it's good, then leave me be.
Yeah.
If it's bad, you can be like, hey, next time let's try to find a better barber. I'll be like, I can respect that.
Yeah.
But as long as my kids in good shape, look, leave me alone. Don't come to me with that. That's foolish.
I just look at it as be smart about what you do, because nobody out here, I'm married. I hope I stay married. But if I don't, man, I don't want to have to deal with the whole child support court systems, all those things. And I know there are a lot of ladies out here that say, oh, well, what you give ain't going to help. Well, if it bothers you that much, then don't ask for it.
Yeah, you feel something. You'll be all right. My thing, I'm not even, I just wanted to be, hey, if we can't do this the right way, then let's just not do this. And that's why I say preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
I don't like living in the surprise or the unorganized look, I don't know you. We want to have a good time, sure. But just like getting on a roller coaster, fam, I don't want to just hop in a seat with nothing to strap me down. It's still a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster. Yeah. So if I know I don't know you, I just got to assume it's a lot of twists and turns when it comes to dealing with you. And I want myself some form of safety, some security before I got to come out here and deal with you on that level. I don't want to, like, hey, no. I know what I said it a while back. I know what she like when it's coming to having fun. I know what you like in the club. I know what you like at the home. I know what you look like. But I don't know what you mother like. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I ain't finna sit here and try to say that you're going to be 100% greatness out the gate. I'm going to give you that 50-50 and 50-50. It ain't a passing grade. We all on 70s now. So you leave it.
I mean, and I hate to say it like this, because I'm glad that I married the woman that I had children with.
Same.
Because right now it's like playing Russian roulette. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's like, if you don't know what Russian roulette is, that's where you get the 6-shooter gun, little pistol. You put one bullet in there, you spin it, slap it in, point it to your head, and then y'all go back and forth with it. And what I don't want is to catch that bad baby mama thing. It's like,
and then I get shot for 18 years. That's when it's hard. I'm already hurt. I gotta play it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, why is it so hard for people to stay in their lane? Go ahead. What you mean?
Okay. Staying in your lane. Like, you know what you're good at. You know what you can bring to the table. You know you should know before you get with anyone who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, if you're good at something, hey, stick to what you are good at. There's a lot of people that jump out here just to, that's like, okay, for example, my dad taught me how to build things. I know how to build things. If you don't know how to build things, you can't come over here and tell me how to build things. And, okay, look at it like this. Your dad taught you how to do mechanic stuff, right?
Right.
So, let's just say I don't know one thing about cars. How am I going to come over to you and tell you, nah, bro, you ain't for that. You need to fix that.
I'll tell you how. Google. Say what you want to say, man. Everybody's an expert now. Like,
You do.
I'll be sitting up here and I might be puzzled, and you be like, man, let me Google search that.
You know, there's a different, like, that's the equivalent to all those dudes back in the day that watch a martial arts movie and swear up and down they know how to really fight. No, you don't. You never really learn to do it. That's like an actual mechanic. You actually work on it. I know what a carburetor looks like.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know what it looks like. I know what a starter looks like. I know how about the block. You know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people out here like, oh, well, I can tell you about it.
Like I said.
Huh? You can't show me.
And going back to what you used, you said you can't watch Kung Fu movies and learn Kung Fu.
Okay.
Right?
Correct.
All right. Now, is a kick not a part of Kung Fu?
There's a proper way to do a kick
But
versus
what I'm
not.
saying is, if I watch Jackie Chan and Jet Li do that kick and I imitate them perfectly, do I not know that kick?
Are you going to be able to imitate? Here's what I'm saying is, are you going to be able to imitate them without actually learning how to really do it? Because you could watch something all day. Don't mean you... I watch basketball. I ain't been able to... I am not going to cross nobody over like that.
I'm going to tell you like this. You know, remember Carlton from Fresh Prince?
Yes.
So, he sat back and he watched Michael Jackson dance over and over and over. And he would imitate that. But you understand it was a mirror. It was a mirror image, right? So
Okay.
He did all the moves, but he did them all in reverse. Like, you on the wrong side, but you still know how to dance.
Okay.
So he knew how to dance. He watched it. He learned how to dance. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying... Now, don't get me wrong. I understand what you're saying as far as your technique. It might not be 100%. Because Carlton was dancing backwards, according to what I saw.
So, if they had a talent contest and Mike was like, okay, I want to see somebody do it.
And that's what he did.
You know why? Because he was young. Ain't no grown up going to look at another grown up and be like, okay, I'm gonna let him slide. No, he a young kid is like advertisement. Bruh, you doing good for a young kid.
No.
That's like,
if you go back, he was doing exceptional by all measures. The only thing was that nobody picked up on, because nobody really cared, is that when you do the kick, you facing the right instead of the left.
And who picked up on it?
Well, he just told the truth. He said, I learned to dance.
So you sitting here telling me Mike didn't actually pick up on what he did?
We gotta be realistic about this. Is Michael Jackson finna come up and do the talent search for a Pepsi commercial? No, fam. I'm Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
I'm finna show up. You need to have somebody.
It was about advertisement. We got a little kid that he does very well for a little kid. Let a grown up do it.
What I'm asking you is, can he not dance?
Didn't say he couldn't dance.
Exactly.
Because you know, dancing comes from rhythm, guts, and a little bit of talent. You don't have to. It's not dancing. Yes, you have to have the courage to get out there and do it. You have to have a little bit of rhythm to stay on beat and stuff like that. It's not like that's like, oh my God, the hardest thing in the world to do.
People would say that boxing ain't the hardest thing in the world to do. I would disagree.
First of all, anybody that really boxes tell you, okay, it ain't the hardest thing in the world to do, but
if you told me, hey, this little kid been watching Mike Tyson and he hit a couple moves that look like Mike Tyson. Then you
because
got another kid
he's never been in that form. That's like,
I would agree if I'd never been hit in the mouth. So he don't know what it takes to really be one, but he can show you that.
But it's also a punch too. Yes, the pressure. Like, because of course you can throw a punch all day, but until you feel the pressure of it being on someone's face,
right,
actually going through the motions, actually feeling it. That's why I said with the kick. Oh, you can throw a kick out here. You know how many people I know throw a kick in a heartbeat and say, oh yeah, man, I learned some martial arts back then. I'm like, where you learn martial arts at? Huh? Because you watched it on TV.
Bruce Lee.
And then I'm like, okay. Because I've actually taught students doing martial arts.
Cobra Kai till you die?
Nah, I mean, I got the Cobra Kai though.
Strike first, strike fast.
But the thing is like everybody out there thinks that they're going to do some flying magic Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li kind of stuff. You know how hard it is to do those things? That is not something that the average person can do, even if you're a black belt.
I don't know.
I'm really telling you the truth. That's just like a lot of people like, oh, I box. Yeah. I could sit here and say I boxed for 2 years. That don't mean I'm going to get in no ring with no boxer. Man, he going to dog walk me real quick.
You suspect.
First of all, unless I get there's a difference between pro, amateur. That's why there are different leagues.
Right.
If you get into the pros as an amateur saying, I boxed for 2 years, so I should know all the basic fundamentals. That's like you going to the MMA ring and you learn a little bit about martial arts and stuff like that, and you say, man, I'm going to go fight John Bones Jones. He going to dog walk you.
Did Kimbo Slice not do this?
Kimbo Slice was a backyard fighter that been fighting.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And then he still got tapped.
Of course.
Because he had to develop more skill.
What you say, that's where I was going. There's a skill set required for backyard fighting. Because typically, once you use your fist, it's like boxing without the gloves, without the ring. It's just, let me be honest.
But the whole idea from this was just like, bruh, if you know you good at something, work on what you good at. Instead of trying to tell somebody something you know nothing about.
But like I said, with Google, the barrier to knowledge is not a barrier to entry, okay? I'm just saying.
Google don't work for everything.
Google don't work for everything.
Okay, like for example, I talk to a lot of my Hispanic students. I use Google Translate because mi español poquito. Now, when I talk to some of my students that are actually Mexican, they'll be like, yeah, some of them words you got to work on. I'm like, which ones I mess up on? Like, nah, you got to change this word. You got to fix this word. Because Google ain't going to show you what is actually known.
I'm going to tell you, take these kids with a grain of salt because, they got the one Spanish, the Spanish, and then they got...
Yes, that's... okay. So that's Latino and Spanish.
Right.
Like...
Google might be working on one version.
Exactly. But it's not showing you actual...
So you're not wrong.
Yes, you are, because you're speaking to the other one.
No, I'm using the Spanish I know, and I'm quite, like...
That's like, you do realize right now, us speaking just like this is like a broken version of actual English, because Americans just English, came from England. They actually had it first, and we basically did more of a slang version of it.
I agree.
So it's not the same.
Is top notch. I like how we move.
Because that's you. If you were over in England, you wouldn't be like, man, why they talk weird?
Nah, I wouldn't be like you talk weird. I'd be like, you talk with that English. I talk with that American slang English. It's cool. First of all, my English was broken from a young age. I wasn't necessarily around
First of all, we don't even talk in American English. We talking Ebonics English.
Yeah,
and you know we do.
Understood. That's what we gotta start doing. Get back to what it means. Like, you know what I'm saying. You want to be particular because you want to set yourself above and apart from me. But in reality, you know exactly what I'm saying. If I tell you shut your ass up, fam, you know the fudge I meant. You know what I meant. Don't switch it. Don't be like, you mean to shut my caboose up, sir? No, motherfucker. I said what I said. And because you able to interpret and translate what I just said, I know I need to slap you in your mouth. Because you need to respect me. Language is a one-way, it's a two-way street. I gotta send my message, you gotta receive it, interpret, and give me my feedback.
But you do realize in almost every other country, looking someone in the eyes is a sign of disrespect. But in America right now, looking someone in the eyes is a sign of respect.
Right. And if I go...
That's not even verbal. But it's different.
Me coming into your space, and I know that, I'm going to operate different. But if you come into my house, the same way I learn basic customs for you, you know what I'm saying, basic things, just so I can come over here and deal with you, you need to learn that when you come deal with me. When I go to my brother's house, he expects you to take your shoes off at the door. I don't know where it came from. But it's your house. In order for me to operate in your space, fam, let me go and just take these shoes off so we can keep on moving. In my house, I don't require that. But if there was myself to start requiring...
So you're proving my point right now.
No.
You in my lane.
No, it's not your lane. That's a lane you force. Like, it's not the same. What I'm talking about, or how I felt we was talking was, there's a knowledge base. Like a knowledge set. You a mechanic, you can't tell a mechanic something about your stuff because you're not a mechanic. But I'd be like, no, fam, if I sit back and I research this issue, and because the same thing I'm doing on some level you finna do. Now, granted, you probably pulling from a more, internal, in-depth internal knowledge base, but I know when my car got an oil leak. The oil's leaking. Why? Because it's black stuff hitting the ground when I drive. Now, do you want me to tell you where it's coming from? It's coming from that little thing up there. Now, when you see it, you're like, well, that's the oil.
Okay. Here's a quick example. Easy way of looking at it. I'm a martial artist.
Right.
I love martial arts. I've been doing it for a year. I break bricks.
That's true.
I have no problem with it. My thing is I can actually show you how to break a brick because I've done it. Versus you looking on the internet talking about, they say, all I have to do to break a brick is do this.
My question to you would be, if I watch that video and I indeed break a brick, am I now a martial artist?
No.
Exactly.
Because of the fact you don't know actually maybe the proper technique. Because you could have broke your hand while you... I broke the brick, though. My hand hurt, but I broke the brick.
That's what I'm saying is, I know from doing my YouTube search that, hey, there's a way that a human being can break a brick with his hand. And you being a martial artist be like, you don't know the proper technique. Then I go back to YouTube, I search brick breaking techniques with hand. And they going to show me, make sure your hand this way. Then I come back and I break that brick without breaking my hand. You, by your logic or the way you placed it, you would have to say, well, you are a martial artist. You only got one skill. You can only break bricks.
That's not martial artist because you could break bricks. That's...
At that point right there, that was the unit of measure. You said...
No, I said because I am a martial artist and I've been doing this for a while, so I can show you how to actually break bricks.
The person on YouTube is probably a martial artist who's been doing it for a while, and he's so confident, or she's so confident, let's not be sexist, I can put this on YouTube platform and I can show millions how to break a brick. That's why I told you need to go ahead and do Taekwondo Bay. Because you can probably show us...
All I'm going to tell you is like this. Of course, you can look something up. But when it fail, don't be. That's the main thing people be over here upset about. Like, well, I looked it up and they showed me that. It's like, no, bro. Go ahead.
I gotta.
That's like the guy actually showing you how to talk to women because nah, bro, come on. I'm gonna show you how I actually talk to women versus the dude that's on the Team Jackson. Yeah, this is how you supposed to talk to women and stuff like that.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. So, in the past, what were books? What are books? Because books still books today.
Instructions.
Your doctor read a book. Your lawyer read a book.
And you know what they had to do? Would you let your doctor... Okay, right there. Would you let your doctor operate on you? He ain't never did this before, but he saw it on YouTube.
I'll tell you like this. If the difference between me dying and me living is some guy in a YouTube video, like in the moment. I don't have these options. I'm just like, because the luxury that we cannot discredit is we got options. I get sick today. I know I'm not going to die today, typically. I can just call the doctor that's already been certified tomorrow and get myself in.
That knows how to do these things.
I get shot in the leg and I'm bleeding profusely. And the dude was like, bruh, you about to bleed out. And he watched a YouTube video and say, I need to make a tourniquet. I need to tie it off. You, right now, you might not be the doctor I asked for, but you the one I need. Tie that off. Save me so I can go see a real expert.
You know, those are life circumstances. That's not the everyday
you put
thing.
A doctor out there, doctors.
I hope people ain't getting shot every day.
But I am telling you what people are doing every day. Them home remedies. Hey, you sick? You ain't drinking enough vitamin C. Vitamin C,
First of all, we can't even talk about them home remedies because the home remedies that our parents had us do, and truth be told, we were lucky because they were killing other kids.
Yeah, that's true.
There were certain things that our parents, oh man, go and get that whiskey. Go and get that whiskey. They'll kill it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you getting a 5-year-old whiskey, huh?
Yeah. First of all, I keep telling people all the time, I looked it up. It's real. Cocaine candies. Guaranteed to kill a toothache. Might kill your child. Guaranteed to kill a toothache. They was giving, it came in a little blue box. Man, they was giving it to kids for real. They was also giving kids opium. Like, people back in the day, they just ran it. But the people who made it, though, were doctors. And people board certified. All these people, they got all these credentials, and your mama gave you whiskey. The doctor gave you opium. So you're in a crisis right now. Just because you that guy, I don't ever take it like me, bro. I've read hundreds of books related to art over and over, the same information. But I can guarantee you right now, it's a kid out there at random who's going to be like, and just draw a picture. And I'm going to have to respect it and be like, I'm not going to say you're not an artist because you ain't read the books I read. You're still an artist.
You going to say they trash?
I'll call you trash. Yeah. But that's my perception. Like, it's all preference. I think you're trash because you, in my opinion, from what I know and how I move, you can't draw. But the next person, who is his mama, gonna hang that same picture I call trash on the refrigerator. And that's
that's because indoor gallery. Love. That doesn't mean it wasn't trash.
Bro, everybody need a little mother love or a little love to pursue and go further. That's why I don't want to ultimately kick out the people, the people who don't know. Because ultimately,
you don't know, but you're trying to tell people.
You're trying to tell, and if you just so happen to get it right, maybe that's the
it's
spark.
Like all them people.
Maybe that's the spark.
There's all those people that talk about how you could be a millionaire, but they ain't a millionaire themselves. Everybody got the remedy and the idea of, how you come up in this game. Well, bro, you still struggling paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, but you still struggling paycheck to paycheck, but can every coach go out there and hit a 360 dunk? No, not all of them. But some of them, a lot of them come up and can tell you how to win a basketball game. I can tell you exactly how to win. Run this play. You tell them to go run that play, they're going to be winded, break a leg. They're going to be like, I coach, man. I can tell you how to do it and what to do. I can't show you, though. I know what it looks like when I see it. If it's good, it's good. We can't knock them So I don't get me wrong. If it's staying in your lane, I agree. To stay in your lane. If you don't really have a true passion for being a mechanic, don't walk up to your mechanic and try to tell him what it is. But if you do have a passion for your car and you've been riding it all day and you hear a different type of sound, when you get to your mechanic, tell your mechanic, hey, it ain't never made this sound before.
And you gotta tell why? Experience. Not because I know my car. You know, and I know my car is not.
And your mechanic know your car too.
But I ain't gonna go on YouTube.
No, I was just saying.
To tell my mechanic, oh, this is what that is.
From what we discussing, you saying that the person who knows their car is not a mechanic, and I agree, you're not a mechanic. But you do know when something's wrong. And you can point somebody in the right direction, even if you don't know exactly what direction that is.
Pointing and telling them what to do is two different things.
No, fix that sound. I told you what to do. Fix that, because that's wrong.
Next subject,
okay.
Because you're going to keep going.
Bro, you make it seem like I'm just telling you what it is. All right. Is no meaning no a one-sided statement? Like when I say a one-sided statement, because a lot of people say, hey, she said no. And I agree 100%. With that, you don't have no rebuttal out of me in any way, shape, or fashion. She says no, and whatever junction or whatever point in that situation, you have to honor that, especially as a man.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it that this guy, and I'm giving you an extreme example here. I've flown you all the way out here to whatever state, country we in. You need to get a passport to go there, most likely.
Yes.
And then, at what junction can that man just be like, but I don't want to give you a return flight, though. No, I'm not buying that.
I mean, you can.
You're going to be looked at negatively.
Yes, but I look at it like this. To be honest, most men are going to be looked at negatively because we're always expected to go above and beyond, understand beyond beliefs, suck it up and take it beyond beliefs. This is all because these are the things that they always say a man is, not really knowing what man is. Society in general holds men accountable.
Right. Society, but when you take into account all that we've accomplished as men, because society as we know it is a construct of man. Like men.
Okay.
So I feel like the world has to hold us accountable in order to maintain what we currently have. Because if they don't, then it's just chaos and crazy. And you don't necessarily hold the woman to the same level because you're like, well, technically you just, not saying that you just here, but in reality, fam, you're here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was looking at it more as the no statement of, like, you're not allowed to basically, as a man, say no. Because a lot of, I fully understand when ladies say no about anything, whether it's sexual, life, whatever, no means no. Right. But a lot of times, as a man, you're not given that same option. Like, for example, they always say don't bash people about them saying no and how they feel about certain things. I remember, and you remember too, we went to that strip club in New Orleans. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm okay. I'm good. Oh, they got the money over there. I was called gay because I didn't want lap dance. I was called all kinds of, like, oh, well, I didn't even ask you for money. I was like, I'm good. I'm cool. You can have fun with them, but I want to be over here. I understand that, but this is your job. You get paid for this. You ain't getting no money over here.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I say no?
I mean, you ultimately did say no. It just didn't come without consequences.
But if my no has to come with consequences, like, it almost seems like it's better for you to say yes.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I 100% agree that women should be able to say no, but I also 100% agree or feel that men should have that exact same right without question. If I tell you no, And don't be like, oh, because you most likely talking about a sexual encounter on one versus a pay encounter. No. Whatever the encounter is, on either side. If I say no, that's exactly what I mean, and you need to honor, respect that, and move on about your day.
Yes.
Come back and try again tomorrow.
We know because life and society doesn't hold ladies to the same extent that it holds men.
Right.
Like,
but I also feel like maybe it's men who also apply, well, in certain situations, apply the pressure on the man. Because, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but majority of the time, there's always a guy like, oh, you trying to do, I'm not trying to do nothing. I just made a decision not to do that. And I'm not going to drink that, so don't keep coming at me telling me that, oh, you got to do. No, I just said no. Respect that. The same way that I respect the fact that he offered you a drink and you said yes, I said no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really have nothing to gain here. I ain't going to get drunk enough, man.
But even the fact of the matter with that, us being on the same playing field, if I offer you something and you say no, it's like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm not going to keep trying to offer it to you because I know for a fact that's going to piss you off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, out of respect, I already told you, no, I'm good.
Back away.
But if you keep on applying this, at some point in time, okay, maybe you didn't understand it the nice way. So let me tell you, leave me the hell alone. I already told you no.
Right.
But you know for a fact, switch that in any scenario, man and woman. I could say with my wife, there are times where I'm like, no, but I know I got to deal with it a little later. I can't just say, no, I don't feel like doing that right now. It's like, oh, I could say no with ease.
There's consequences.
Yeah, it's going to be a consequence later. It's going to be like, oh, it's going to be brought back up later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like, I'll say it like this. If you are a man in your 30s, at some point in time, your woman has said, I'm not in the mood. I'm like, okay, you got to respect that. Because if you keep on pushing, she's going to tell you, leave her the hell alone. Mm-hmm. All that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. But if you're a man in your little 30s around there, at some point in time, I'm tired as hell. Say no if you want to. You're going to get all the grief in the world for it.
Who you dealing with? Why?
Even
it's a long day.
Even the most secure woman, I'm just saying, in certain circumstances, going to be like, what? You ain't never said no before. So why you saying no now?
Because
I'm tired. No, you ain't that tired. Like, all I want, can I get a rain check? You know that rain check gonna be an issue?
Yeah. Because then it's gonna rain. She gonna be like, no. Like, well, I'm ready now. No. You should have wanted when I was trying to give it to you. Mm-hmm.
It could be 6 months from now. Oh, you remember that one?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Hold on right back in your face. Bye. There you go. So I got this. First of all, due to the time constraints, let's do You Won't Believe This, and then we're gonna try to wrap.
Cool.
All right. Give your shout outs.
Oh, as always, shout out to my beautiful wife. Love you, baby. Check out her 3 businesses. They're on Facebook and Instagram. That's Wasted Desires. Is also website, wasteddesires.com. Check it out. They have waist beads, anklets, bracelets, all those different type of things. And they got waist beads. Check out Yanni Like Mine. Ladies, take care of yourself. You know, these are feminine products made by a black woman for women in general. Please take care of it. It don't take care of itself, please. And the last one, Traces Like Mine. This is hair care product for black women, by black women, sold to black women, for black women. Like, make sure you take care of yourself. Do what you need to. Yeah.
It almost sounded like that song. Oh, I'm black, dog. I'm black, dog.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hit.
Go. All All right, cousin Mike, also known as Wiggly. I can call him Mike like his mama do. He got a podcast, State of Being. Go check that out. Tyler Beta, Luxury Clothes by Luxury Guy. D-Mac, he cuts hair. He's out here in Dallas. You should see him. Grit and Grind. He'll help you get your body in shape this summertime. And I'm going to leave it at that. If you don't know, it's something, the number 4, DA, people. We own all your podcasts, and then we're also on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You type it in, you're going to find us. If you're on YouTube and you type podcast after, once again, something, the number 4, DA, people, if you type podcast right after that, it'll make your search a whole lot easier. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it all.
Hit that notification button so
you know when we coming in. Outside of that, you won't believe this. A video comes out saying that Dana White hit his wife in a club.
So, when this came out, I went to go see the video because if you do not know who Dana White is, he is the president of UFC. But the thing is, and I hate that they did it for clickbait because, don't get me wrong, I do not believe a man should put his hands on a woman. But if you see the full video, like his wife slaps the crap out of him first in the middle of the club. They have an altercation. They speaking back and forth. She hauls off and slaps him. He slaps her right back. I'm not saying that it's right for him to slap her, but I'm like, you should put, hey, the White family gets into a squabble or something. But we always keep pushing this narrative.
Because it make it seem. Look, they got this whole, white knight type vibe that they put on all men, right? It's not realistic. You, as a woman, should be woman enough not to hit your man.
Yeah.
Because we'll double down on a man should never put his hands on a woman. Never. I second that with a woman should never put her hands on a man. Never. And if you do put your hands on anybody, male or female, and for my non-binary folks out there, him, they, she, whatever you choose, if you decide to put your hands on anybody, be ready to receive what they got coming for you. Now, some people going to give you peace like Jesus. They turn the other cheek. And some people going to give you hell. And they going to bring fire and brimstone with it. And you better be ready for it. And don't be playing victim. Because a victim did nothing to you. If I didn't do nothing to you, you did something to me, and I turned the other cheek, then I've maintained my victim status. However, if you strike me and I strike you back, that is mutual. Personally, my wife, thank God she don't put her hands on me. Vice versa, I ain't going to put my hands on my wife because I understand, hey, look, we in 2 different leagues. Yeah. I hit you, hospital. You hit me, I'm going to go probably get my sister or something to hit you back because I ain't finna let you just beat on me for no reason. That ain't going to work for me. Somebody got to strike you for this. This ain't going to work. I'm going to tell you, mama. What I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you, mama, because you're immature.
I mean, there's going to be some type of consequences.
Yeah. I'm going to definitely walk out the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'll definitely go get in my car and you won't see me for 2 days.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to disappear on you. Like,
where you go?
Where you go? Don't worry about it. You shouldn't put your hands on me.
Stay in the child place because you acting childish when you swung on me. Stay in the child place. You swung on me.
All I'm saying is, they have. It was actually it was called Newton's law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you put your hands on somebody, please understand. The reaction is they're going to put their hands back on you. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, hey, maybe if I don't want this issue, maybe I shouldn't bring this issue to someone. It's like you run up to the wrong person talking about, oh, what you gonna do? You want that issue. It's like, oh, I'm gonna talk all that trash to you. It's like, I'm gonna do all this. Now that person like, ain't no words need to be said. Throw your hands.
What? 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. We got Newton's law.
Mm-hmm.
But what has man consistently done to nature? We've defied it.
Yeah.
We got water that go uphill against gravity. They said we wasn't going to fly. We in planes now. They said you'll never outrun a horse. We drive right past them.
But
so is it not rational for women who watched us do all these extraordinary feats to expect one more from us, to defy the law that if I strike you, you need to defy that urge to knock me aside my head?
Okay,
just walk away.
I'll say it like this. Don't we have pollution going on now? Don't we have the polar ice caps melting?
Yep.
Don't we have people actually starving in certain places in this world?
Yeah.
So, and why is that? Because resources have been taken away from certain places.
Mm-hmm.
Like Africa has more minerals and more resources than any other country in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been stripped of more resources than any other country in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all these things happening, reactions. Now there's wars going on top of wars. Like, snow apocalypse happened. It was, first of all, it snows crazy in Texas.
That's true. What I will say on that, because I've read and looked into both sides of that. So a lot of people, when you bring up those arguments, now don't get me wrong, I am a firm believer in global warming, and I am a firm believer that we are the cause and we need to operate differently. So just because I bring your points to the table, I only do that as proxy to you because you're not sitting in the seat. If you had been here, my expectation would be that you bring these to our attention on your own. That being said, they believe that, hey, the globe itself has a natural cycle to where it heats up and it cools down just like everything else. Because, you had the Ice Age, and you've also had,
the Ice Age killed all the dinosaurs, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, at a certain point, they feel like the Earth could possibly just be on this natural cycle to, hey, eventually you got to get rid of the germs on your body. It's terrible. But if we are the pollution. But also, another thing is they'll say, hey, you like eating steak?
Yes.
So you understand that the fact that you're eating steak is contributing to, global warming and pollution. So should we take the steak off your plate and put some blades of grass down there? We as humans have to defy to advance. That's what we do. We're not the fastest, but we arguably, because some people believe dolphins.
And all this came from you talking about hit.
Yeah. I mean, I just said you took me that way.
I'm just saying because you took it the other way. We're going to bring this right back because he kind of went left and I'm trying to bring it back right. All I'm saying is equal rights for equal lefts. If you going to throw your right,
respect the left.
Yes.
Look.
That's all I'm saying. I don't believe in hitting women. I have never hit my woman. No. I will never hit a woman. But that's also because anybody that knows me know I'm not that person you think you just hit me.
Don't do it.
It's like, please don't do it. Don't try it. It's just not me.
It's not gonna work.
I give respect. I expect it in return. That's like if someone disrespects you, you're going to disrespect them back. That's like, if I push you, your natural reaction is to do what? Push me back. Yeah. What I expect you to do is keep your hands to yourself.
I think it's just, we need to make that, granted it is a law already, but
it should be more of a push out there in the forefront.
Yeah, like, don't touch me because I ain't finna touch you. That being said, we do got some things that we gotta some moves we gotta make.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of Something for the People. Thanks for tuning in. Hold it down.
Be easy.